A Wisconsin judge is tossing out Governor Walker's anti-union law that sparked last year's demonstrations. But the Attorney General is vowing to keep it in place during an appeals process. The law took away nearly all collective bargaining rights from most workers and has been in effect for more than a year.
Joining us is Wisconsin public school teacher Christy Lacroix. Christy, thanks for joining us. You are a brave person, an anomaly, I think. Tell me, how do your fellow teachers, many of whom, maybe all of whom are union members, feel about your position on this?
Actually, I know that you would think that the majority side with the union, but that's just not the case. Certainly there's more teachers like myself, maybe not as brave, maybe not willing to come on Fox News Channel and say something, but more and more teachers are coming forward and saying, you know what, we like the reforms that are in place. We like the idea of being held accountable and doing what's right for kids. And so I think that as time goes on, you're going to see more and more brave teachers come forward. You know, are there some that have made my life heck? Yeah, absolutely. But it's okay. If me coming forward has inspired others, then it's worth it.
But Christy, it is unconventional, or I guess counterintuitive, what you're saying, because we would think that public school teachers want the protections that the unions have to offer in terms of not being able to be fired, tenure, all of your pension, etc. So why do you disagree so vehemently with what the judge has decided?
Okay, well, first of all, there's already laws in the state of Wisconsin that protect me from being fired for no reason. There's already laws that say that I get to work in a place that is safe, you know, emotionally, physically. So what the union is offering, I'm already protected from. Also, as far as seniority, there's absolutely no reason to think that just because somebody wakes up every morning for 50 years that they deserve to have a raise. That's ridiculous. It takes, you know, competition, it takes accountability, really, to have all of us rise to the challenge of teaching. And so I disagree with that. Plus, I don't see the union actually doing any of those things. I see them, you know, using union dues and actually extorting union dues and using them for their own political activity, you know, to kind of push certain social agendas. And so at this point, so many of us have chosen to leave the union and have actually joined a professional association, if I can put a plug in, for the Association of American Educators. It's a real professional association that treats us like the professionals that we are, not laborers. And for $15 a month, I get double the liability insurance, and I don't have to deal with all the politics.
So how can I get my kids into your class? And actually, since I don't live in Wisconsin, before you even answer it, let me read a statement, I'm sure you're familiar with it, from Governor Scott Walker about this decision this week, and I'm quoting, "Sadly, a liberal activist judge in Dane County wants to go backwards and take away the lawmaking responsibilities of the legislature and the governor. We are confident the state will ultimately prevail in the appeals process." Are you confident the state will prevail?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is not new for Wisconsin. And, you know, Madison is like this liberal bubble that is surrounded by reality. And it's not the first time that we've had a Madison judge that has legislated from the bench. And so I'm very confident that once that law is put in, you know, through the appeals, it'll stand. It'll stand. There's nothing in our state constitution or federal constitution that says that collective bargaining is a right. It's not a right. It's a privilege that has been extended to public employees, and it's not a right. And what Governor Walker has done for schools, it makes sense, and we're already seeing districts that are making positive changes. The world hasn't ended since Act 10 was made law.
Wow. Well, Christy Lacroix, you're a Wisconsin public school teacher. You must have whiplash with all of these contradictory decisions coming your way, but you're certainly weathering it. Thanks so much for coming in with your perspective on this.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thank
you for having me. I appreciate it.
You just raised my opinion of public education in 4 minutes, so thanks very much.
And he's now moving to Wisconsin.
Awesome.
Moving to Wisconsin. It's a great state, actually. Well, speaking of